Hey everybody, I'm Jesse, and welcome to another edition of Gen X Thinks. And today I'm going to talk about why we should want to make America great again. And a lot of these reasons, well, some of these reasons are obvious, but the obvious ones are selfish for Americans. You know what I mean? But by making America great again, we would start the beginnings of making the whole world great, making the world a great place to be. Because each and every country in the world should be concentrating on making itself the best it can be, right? And again, I'll repeat myself for newer viewers. When I talk about America or Australia or Canada or China or wherever, normally I'm talking about the people of those countries. By make America great again, I mean make the American people prosperous and happy and healthy. I'm not talking about making our government military power and exerting our will across the world. That's not what I'm talking about. So this is what I mean when I'm talking about making America great again, or making Australia great again. And this idea of globalism or Platism for my flat earthers. And here's something I thought about. The flat earthers, I've got a few flat earthers that watch me, and they're the nicest people. They've never called me names for not believing what they believe. They hardcore believe that the earth is flat, but they're nice about it, right? So I like the flat earthers, even if we disagree on one subtle point. But this idea of globalism or Platism is that all the entire population of the earth become one like gray vanilla kind of generic population, right? No differences in race, religion, any of that. That's why they're erasing our history, and they're dumbing down the kids in the education system and all this. The main goal of all this stuff we see is globalism. And that would just stagnate the progress of mankind, each individual person's progress and the progress of humanity as a whole. It would just stagnate, because our differences are what make us special and individuals. You know, you can right now in the world today, you can have a black Catholic person talking with a Hispanic atheist and a white, what's that called? Scientologist. You know, those three can have a discussion and kick around ideas and stuff, and have debates and learn from each other. Now, in a globalist, if everybody believes the same shit, then that's impossible in a globalist society, right? They just all talk about the same shit because they all believe in the same shit. They all think the same way. There's no spice, no room for growth. Even bad, right? Bad stuff happening to us, and being forced to push back against that bad stuff, right? To struggle against it. That is growth. That is how things advance. It's science, it's religion, it's all of those things together. Whatever you want to look at, whatever your preference is, you can look into it, and you'll see that resistance is necessary to growth. Weightlifting, you gotta put weight on your chest, right? And you can't just sit there and pump air and think you're going to get big. So we need these things, these differences, in order to advance as people and advance as groups and advance as humanity. We need our individual selves, and that goes from from the family unit all the way up to the country and everything in between. One town might have a good idea about a way to do some stuff, and that idea be so good that it spread to other towns, and other towns adopt that, and then it spreads throughout the state, and then it spreads from state to state, right here in America. But if everyone was the same, doing the same shit because of these socialistic laws coming down, regulations coming down from the federal government, then that kind of progress can't happen. Okay? And that's the same at the next level up, which would be countries. If all countries had to obey some kind of global overlord, then there would be no room for growth. We wouldn't be allowed to grow and teach each other anything. And that's bad. And that's just one reason. The other reason is for aid. If we keep talking about allies and all this stuff, and we go just pump billions of dollars and thousands of lives into these foreign wars to help our allies, right? Or allies, that word gets thrown around a lot. But to really aid our allies, we need to be strong. We need to be prosperous. We can't be $37 trillion in debt and fighting this cultural war within our country, trying to get our country back and actually really aid our allies if they were really in distress, right? How can we bail out someone else when we are $37 trillion in debt? We're just crippling ourselves. We need our country to be strong financially, secure, prosperous, and then when one of our true allies falls on hard times or something for some unknown, a drought, a war, a real war where somebody like Hitler's rolling tanks through their country and trying to take their country from them, then we go stop it. All these skirmishes and stuff and America instigates a lot of them. There was nothing happening over there until we went over there and started some shit. So in a good world, a good world with a great America, we can be a shining light for the world again. We can really help our allies if they have a drought and they are, they're going into famine and all this stuff. Then we will have plenty to send over there to them. We can help them. If someone does try to invade their country, we go over there and stop it. We don't send billions of dollars of foreign aid over there and just, instigate and prolong a useless, senseless war. We go over there and put a halt to it. No, you're not. You knew that this country was America's ally, and you knew we were coming over here to kick your ass. So there's no ifs, ands, or buts. There's no talks and agreements. We go over there and we kick that ass for real and for good, and then it doesn't happen again for another 200 years until some other fool jumps up and thinks he's the next Hitler. That kind of stuff is going to be better for the world, for us to make America great again. Not just, it's not just going to affect Americans. It's going to affect everybody. And when everyone is forced by a ripple effect, everyone is going to be forced, all these other countries are going to be forced to act in their own self-interest because America did, right? They're going to be forced to react the same way that America is acting. And we've seen that in the past. All this woke shit went and spread out, and everybody's just kind of following each other like sheep. The countries are like sheep. They just follow each other. Oh, woke. Oh, woke. That's what we're doing? Okay, we're doing the woke thing. We get to do the woke thing, and I get rich. I get to launder a bunch of money, and now I'm going to have $360 million in my bank account instead of $360,000. Okay, yeah, no, I'm down with that. So that's by necessity. Everyone is going to have to fall in line. And I'm not trying to disparage the people of these other countries. I'm talking about these slimy, shitty governments, just like the one we had for the last forever. Okay, these slimy, shitty governments taking the people of these other countries' rights. They're going to have to fall in line and start, behaving more like Donald Trump does. And I'm gonna cut this video short because I'm trying this new thing with the background. So I got this new software from the upgrade thing, and I want to try it out. So I'm gonna see what it's like. So this is fake. Hopefully, if it works. I don't know if it's gonna work. I can't tell yet. But that's fake. Just to let you know, I'm not trying to be something I'm not up here. I'm just playing around with software. If I find something cool, I might keep it if it works. But y'all will know it's fake. I'm not trying to be something I'm not. Just having fun, trying to enjoy this stuff. I'll leave you there with that. If you enjoyed this episode, please like, subscribe, and comment. If you want to support the channel by becoming a member, I'll leave that link down in the description, or you can head over to the channel page and become a member that way. If you'd like to support the channel directly, you can do so by clicking on that super thanks button down there. Or you can head over to Buy Me a Cup of Coffee and buy me a cup of coffee. I'll leave that link down in the description too. Thank you very much for those of you who do that. If you're interested in Gen X gear, we got some pretty cool stuff over there at Redbubble. Gen X Thinks and Gen X branded stuff. I'll leave that link down in the description as well. If you can't or don't want to support the channel in any of those ways, you can always do so by sharing these videos on your social media. That helps out a lot. Thank you very much. I sincerely appreciate it. If you have any ideas for future episodes of Gen X Thinks, please put those down in the comments, or you can email us, and the email is genxthinks@gmail.com. And as always, stay frosty, Gen X, and I'll see you on the next one.